I have decided to start my Star Wars watch series. It is a rewatch, but I'm looking at it in a different way. Plus, it was on my list anyways, so I'm going to watch them all. Important to note, I'm a firm believer in going in chronological order, not order of release. So here's the order we're going in. Right here will be the list. Pretty simple. Prequels, sequels, originals, sequels, straight out, super simple. A little bit more background information before we get into the movies themselves. I'm going to be watching these on Disney Plus, so they are the Disney Plus versions, and that's important for any Star Wars fans out there, because there's different versions of these movies. If you haven't watched Star Wars, haven't watched a lot, some background is that after the originals released, they were released or whatever, and George Lucas, as technology advances, made edits to them. And so first was George Lucas, now Disney owns it. I'm sure they've done the edits too. Some of them are very infamous, like the special editions of the originals that came out in like the late 90s, early 2000s, where they like changed a bunch of things. Most of it, like the most infamous is Who Shot First in A New Hope, Greedo or Han Solo, but other edits such as, you know, fixing actors, changing actors, not fixing actors, changing actors, fixing special effects, things like that. And it was 90 special effects, so some of them are super obvious, and those have also been changed down the line. This is important to say, the Star Wars edition I grew up on is from like the 2005-ish. I'd say 2005 because it had all the prequels, all the sequels, and a lot of my favorite special like features. And it was the closest to the original version of the prequels as you'll get, with the special editions of the originals. I'm watching them on Disney Plus, and I'm already noticing that it is a different edition. I don't think that's a major problem because 90% of these changes are not plot important, and in fact, I love some of them over the years, but that's because I'm a prequels girly. I'll get to that later, and some more of the changes later and why that matters, but it does matter, at least to me. There's one more thing I like to note before we get started, is I'm a sucker for special features and documentaries. I will get into those a little bit later in this little mini-series in my 600 movie series. But if you haven't watched Star Wars, or if you're always looking for more content, Disney Plus is not the place to find it, actually. They are missing a lot of the best special features from a lot of these Star Wars movies. In their extras, they have like clips and things, deleted scenes and stuff, but they're missing a lot of the special features that get into the making of these movies and changes and all that stuff. Especially if you're interested in the different versions, I would take some time to check out some secondhand stores and see what you find. It's some good stuff out there. So let's get into these movies.